Can the new Insta360 ACE Pro really outperform the GoPro Hero 12 Black? Apparently, yeah. So, Insta360 is sponsoring this video in order for me to show you some of the top line specs and features of the new ACE Pro, but more importantly, what you can do with it, and even more importantly, how it stacks up against the GoPro Hero 12 Black. So this is the all-new ACE Pro. It is an action camera with a 1/1.3 inch 4x3 sensor. It has this giant 2.4 inch flip-up LCD touch display, so you can make sure you get all of your settings right while you're recording. That new sensor is giving us higher dynamic range, better low light performance. We can get a 2x digital crop still in 4K and 48 megapixel photos. It has a lens that was co-engineered with Leica, and apparently it's got some pretty great image quality. So why don't we dive right in here to what I'm sure most of you are most interested in seeing, which is how exactly the new Insta360 ACE Pro looks in comparison to the Hero 12 Black. And so that's what we're gonna look at. Right off the bat, I'm sure some of these differences are quite apparent to most of you, but let's go over them one by one together. I think the biggest and most obvious difference is just how much better the ACE Pro can stabilize itself in low light scenarios. Since the GoPro doesn't have a dedicated low light mode, it tries to lower its shutter in order to let as much light in as possible. However, lower shutter speeds mean blurrier images, which means the digital stabilization just can't work nearly as hard. Whereas on the Insta360, we can swipe over to their setting called Pure View, which is a dedicated low light filming mode. It has an all new 5nm AI chip built in that denoises each frame in real time. Pair that with the larger sensor and now you can use higher ISOs, faster shutter speeds, and still get better image quality. For all these tests, I tried to keep the settings as similar as possible. So I tried to keep their lenses at the same focal length, since the GoPro looks much worse in low light once you push it beyond 4K. I mean, just look at the difference here. I've got the GoPro on the left shooting 5.3K and the ACE Pro on the right shooting 4K. Based on these results, yeah, I'd take the ACE Pro. In every single low light test I did, the ACE Pro was brighter, had better dynamic range, lower noise, and massively better stabilization. I even made sure to test the Hero 12 in its log mode just in case that would improve the low light, but ACE Pro wins in low light, hands down, every single time. There you have it. I was shocked. If I'm honest, I just didn't expect them to actually... Now, I don't want to oversell this or anything. This is no low light, moonlight, find some wildlife in the forest type camera. What it is, however, is a big step up from all the other action cameras we've seen up until now. So while you might not use it as night vision to get yourself a midnight snack, it is a big enough difference that it can take a shot that just would not make the cut and turn it into a genuinely usable shot.
This should be heavier. Yeah. No.
Another big improvement in image quality beyond the low light is actually the HDR high dynamic range settings. When I first put these two cameras side by side shooting HDR, I was like, did I do something wrong? Because this looks way worse on the GoPro. On the ACE Pro, your HDR settings automatically get enabled for 24 and 30 frames a second filming. On the Hero 12, you dive into the menu and select it as your picture profile.
Actually, I'll be pretty backlit if I just like walk towards the building, eh? Just like see who can see me more. I mean, I'm obviously brighter on the ACE.
You are brighter, yeah.
Yeah, like noticeably. Oh, from the window?
Insta360 has become pretty well known with these like modular cameras and obviously 360 cameras, but another thing that they've become quite well known for is their software. Now there is a lot of stuff we could go over here, but I would suggest you check out the website. I have a link in the description if you want to learn about those things, but I will give you a quick summary of some of this stuff. The ACE Pro has something called AI highlights. And what this does is it's going to be scanning your footage for what appear to be moments that you might want to compile later into a highlights video. Imagine you've gone on a hike and you're just taking clips and maybe sometimes leaving your clips recording for longer than they should. Well, AI highlights is going to automatically select some of the moments, which you can then look at and change where they're positioned or add other highlights yourself. And actually, my favorite part is you have the option to take all the non-highlight parts, whether you choose it or it chooses it, and delete it. And then you can choose to save those individual highlight pieces as individual clips, or you can merge them into one single file. In a similar fashion, you also get the option to pause and resume recordings. You can even go into your clips that you've already shot and hit record to continue recording at the end of that clip. Very cool stuff that I don't see anyone else doing. And if they're doing it, I didn't see it. There's so many things in this app that I could talk about. There's Shot Lab with new AI warp feature things. I'll let Christoph deal with that. Oh, and my favorite part is that the app will let you do like background backups. What that means is when you connect the camera to your phone and select all your videos and photos that you want to send over to your phone, you don't have to leave the app running like you do with the DJI or the GoPro app. You can start the offload and then just peace out, do something else on your phone or whatever, and that transfer is going to keep going in the background. There are so many things that I could talk about when it comes to the new ACE Pro and how it relates to the Hero 12. I could talk about the physical size difference or the different mounting options that they've gone with. The Insta360 doesn't do that. I could talk about the different frame rates or codecs, but the truth is, a lot of that stuff is inconsequential to my workflows. I care about two things only. Does it look good? And is it easy enough that I can work quickly? And thankfully, the ACE Pro fits that description perfect. Why am I the way I am? Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you